Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Daily Drizzle English. I'm so happy to see you here today. In this episode, I'm going to tell you my own story about my new job, my happy moments at work, and a long journey I took to visit my family for a big holiday. You will hear about my first days at the bank, funny and sweet moments with my colleagues, and also a little love story between me and my husband. At the end of the video, we'll review some useful words and sentences from my story. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy this new chapter of my life. It was a cold but sunny Monday morning when I started my new job at the bank. It was a special time of the year because the Winter Festival was coming soon. I knew that after only 20 days of working, I would have a long holiday to rest and enjoy time with my family. That made me feel very happy and excited. On my first day, I woke up early, put on my new work clothes, and looked at myself in the mirror. Today is a new start, I whispered with a smile. When I arrived at the bank, my heart beat fast. I was nervous but also full of hope. My manager and new colleagues welcomed me warmly. "Hi, I'm Mia. Nice to meet you," I said to my new teammate Anna. "Welcome, Mia. I hope you like it here," Anna smiled. Another colleague, Tom, showed me my new desk. "This is your place, Mia. Let me know if you need help." I felt happy and safe. I took a picture of my desk and sent it to my husband. A few minutes later, he texted back, "You're amazing, love. Keep going." My heart felt full of joy and new energy. In the days that followed, the bank became very busy, but not with work. All the departments were busy with parties and year-end celebrations. Every week, there was a party with food, karaoke, and fun games. I joined my colleagues at a big party in the company's hall. The music was loud, people were laughing, and everyone was counting down the days to the holiday. During one party, my friend Anna said, "Hey Mia, come join the lucky draw." I laughed and replied, "I'm new here, but maybe luck will come to me early." Everyone laughed with me. I reached into the box and pulled out a small gift. "Wow, Mia won," shouted Tom. Everyone clapped and cheered. I smiled shyly and thanked them. It was a simple gift, but it made me feel like part of the team. However, behind my happy smile, I was hiding a little secret. I was in the early days of my pregnancy. At every party, I felt excited but also worried. The smell of food made me feel sick, and I didn't want anyone to notice. So, while others were enjoying big plates of food, I quietly ate only bread and a few pieces of fruit. One day, during a break, Anna asked, "Mia, why are you eating so little?" I smiled and said softly, "Oh, I feel a bit tired these days." Anna nodded and didn't ask more. During the next party, I felt very uncomfortable. I quickly went to the bathroom, drank some water, and stood there breathing deeply. I looked in the mirror and told myself, "Come on, Mia, you are strong. You can do this." After a few minutes, I went back to the party with a smile. No one noticed anything strange, and I felt proud of myself. The days became colder and colder. The wind was strong, and every morning felt freezing. My husband was always there for me. He waited outside the bank every evening, wearing a big warm jacket, and waved at me with his sweet smile. I always felt warm inside when I saw him. One evening, as I got into the car, I said, "Hi, my love, I'm done with work." My husband smiled and kissed my hand. Another day, something funny happened. I was telling my husband a funny story from the bank, but suddenly I felt very sick. "Stop the car," I shouted. My husband quickly stopped, and I opened the door to take deep breaths. Later that evening, my husband cooked dinner, but when I smelled the food, I felt sick again. We both laughed and hugged each other. Even in difficult moments, we found reasons to smile. The holiday was getting closer. Work became easier, and I finally had more time to rest. Every day, I looked at the calendar and crossed out one more day. My husband and I started to plan our trip back to his hometown, which was 300 kilometers away. One evening, I said happily, "I'm so excited. I can't wait to see your parents." My husband smiled and hugged me. I loved visiting the countryside. His hometown was peaceful, with green fields and small houses. The air was fresh, and the people were kind. Thinking about it made me feel calm and happy inside. But when the holiday came, a big problem appeared. My husband and I could not find bus tickets because it was too close to the holiday. We tried many websites and even called friends, but nothing worked. I started to feel sad and worried, but my husband didn't give up. He checked social media and finally found 2 tickets, but there was a small problem. The only seats left were not real seats. We had to sit on the floor in the middle of the bus. "It's okay," I said bravely. "We just need to go home." On the bus, my husband asked, "Are you okay?" I smiled and said, "Yes, I'll just sleep a bit." I closed my eyes and slept for almost 5 hours. When the bus stopped, I woke up feeling much better. It was midnight when we arrived. My father-in-law opened the door with a big happy smile. "You're here. Come in quickly. It's cold outside." My husband and I hugged him and quietly walked into the warm house. We said hello to my mother-in-law and then quickly went to bed. Tomorrow was the first day of the holiday, and I felt peaceful and ready to enjoy the happy days. Let's review and grow. Now is my golden time to really learn and remember these useful words and phrases. Every word I learn is like a small step toward my confident English future. I read each one slowly, feel the meaning, and imagine myself using it in real life. The more I connect with the words, the faster they become a natural part of my speaking. Finish work, meaning to stop working at the end of the day. Story, I said to my husband, "Hi, my love, I'm done with work." Extra, I usually finish work at 5 p.m. every day. Holiday countdown, meaning counting the days until a holiday starts. Story, everyone at the bank was excited, doing a holiday countdown. Extra, the children are doing a holiday countdown before Christmas. Lucky draw, meaning a game where you pick a number or ticket to win a prize. Story, I joined the lucky draw and won a small gift. Extra, my company had a lucky draw and I won a coffee mug. Sit on the floor, meaning to sit on the ground or a low space, not on a chair. Story, my husband and I had to sit on the floor of the bus. Extra, we sat on the floor and played cards. Feel sick, meaning to feel unwell, especially in your stomach. Story, I felt sick at the party because of my pregnancy. Extra, I feel sick when I ride a boat. Wave, meaning to move your hand to say hello or goodbye. Story, my husband waved at me outside the bank. Extra, I waved to my friend across the street. Sleep well, meaning to have a good, restful sleep. Story, I slept well on the bus during the long trip. Extra, I always sleep well after a busy day. Early days of pregnancy, meaning the first months of being pregnant. Story, I was in the early days of pregnancy and felt tired. Extra, my sister is in the early days of pregnancy and eats a lot of fruit. Peaceful countryside, meaning a quiet, calm place in nature, not in the city. I loved visiting the peaceful countryside of my husband's hometown. Extra, we spent the weekend in the peaceful countryside. Year-end party, meaning a party to celebrate the end of the year, at work or school. Story, the bank had a big year-end party with food and karaoke. Extra, our class had a fun year-end party with games and music. New start, meaning a fresh beginning or a new chapter in life. Story, I looked in the mirror and said, today is a new start. Extra, moving to a new city is a new start for me. Be excited, meaning to feel happy and full of energy about something. Story, I was excited to see my parents-in-law. Extra, I am excited to start my English course. Count the days, meaning to wait for something special and think about how many days are left. Story, I counted the days until the holiday. Extra, we are counting the days until our holiday at the beach. Warm jack, meaning a thick coat that keeps you warm in cold weather. Story, my husband wore a big warm jacket when he waited for me. Extra, I put on my warm jacket before going outside. Small gift, meaning a little present. I won a small gift at the lucky draw. Extra, my friend gave me a small gift for my birthday. Quick tip, I choose 3 of my favorite words from this list and try to use them in my daily life today. I say them out loud, write a small sentence, or even practice with a friend. Little by little, my English grows strong and beautiful.